the song with your heart. Play the song with your heart.
Clippers,
They're falling apart.
They're falling apart. Kawhi Leonard, he came back, but he's still dealing with that inflammation. It was reported. I think I heard that Kawhi Leonard, he either is going to be on a limited minutes, or he's just not going to play at all. So this is just going to be the situation for the Clippers. They're in a terrible position because they were grooving that first game, and then you insert Kawhi Leonard, and now they have to figure out the hierarchy of everything. And it seems like they don't have that chemistry in the playoffs to understand, okay, this is person A, this is person B, this is person C. And the odd thing about it all is that James Harden is the best player on their team right now. He's having the best series for the Clippers, which is weird because we expected him to have the worst. But it's actually him who's having the best. Like, he's outperforming Kawhi, he's outperforming Paul George, Norman Powell, Russell Westbrook. He's been the most consistent player, which is not good.
Yeah, no.
That's a bad sign. Like, last night, we're recording this on Saturday, by the way. Last night they played the Mavericks in Dallas, and Kawhi Leonard, I think he may have had 8 points.
I was watching the draft. I ain't even see that game.
Let me tell you something. Paul George had a stinker. I think matter of fact, let me look at the box score. I think he may have had 7 points. It was bad.
Him and Russ stunk up the joint.
Let me tell you something. Because it wasn't even a close game. Let me see. So, Paul George had 7 points on 3-11 shooting. Kawhi Leonard had 9 points on 4 for 11 shooting. Zubac had 19. James Harden had 21. Terrence Mann, he was a no-show. Norman Powell had 21. So let me get this straight. Your two best players couldn't score 10 points. You're not going to win a series with your two best players only scoring 10 points. This team, I just don't see it. I predicted this before the series started. I said Mavericks at 6. I just thought that the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard's health was going to be a question mark. And I expected Paul George to play better, but I did expect James Harden to play this good. So it's a bit weird how like things sort of go in a different direction than what I predicted. But anywho, they just don't seem like they're all on the same page. And because of that, I look at the Mavericks. They seem like they found something. They found an identity. I love Daniel Gafford. I love Derek Lively. They're very thin, but they are athletic. Yeah. They protect the paint, and they did a really good job this past game. Daniel Gafford, there was a highlight of Daniel Gafford guarding Paul George, locking him up. This is your center. Locking up Paul George. I was absolutely impressed. I didn't think he had it in him. That's how athletic he is. That's how mobile he is. And Derek Lively was just blocking everything. He blocked Paul George's shot. I don't know why Paul George continues to try to get poster dunks. Like, it's not gonna work, bro. Like, you're not in that stage of your career anymore. Like, you don't have to stop trying to go for the contact dunk. Try to draw a foul. Don't try to go for the contact dunk. But Luka is getting whatever he wants. Like, it's just an embarrassing performance.
Kyrie didn't even play good yesterday either.
You know what's crazy?
Shot like 20% from the field.
You know what's crazy though? Like, Luka didn't even shoot the ball well. He was 7-25. He had 22 points. He had a near triple double. He was 3 for 14 from 3-point range. 3 for 14. Kyrie Irving had 21 points on 8 for 17 shooting. Was 3 for 7 from 3. So they didn't. The duo didn't play particularly well. But because of the Clippers' big two didn't perform well, and guys aren't performing like the bench. They didn't have much from the bench besides Norman Powell. This is what's going to happen. They played really good defense. P.J. Washington, he was tremendous for them. He was playing outstanding defense for them. And I already mentioned Daniel Gafford. When that's the case, I mean, dog, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. And Russell Westbrook getting, like, Russell Westbrook, man, oh, my God. Thank God he's not on my team anymore. He was, matter of fact, what was his box score?
Terrible.
He had like 1
0
point.
0 for 7.
Hey, Russell Westbrook fans, how y'all feeling right now? Like, how y'all feeling? Like, you still feel like, oh, Russell Westbrook in a better situation? 1 point? 1 point. You know what I mean? Like, and then he got ejected from the game because he was so frustrated. He was out there trying to antagonize Luka, and it just didn't bother him at all. So it is only it's not like they're up 3-1, but it just doesn't look good for them. They're on the road. They're playing a Dallas team that has an identity that plays both ways. It's going to be very difficult for the Clippers to bounce back, and I don't know what they're gonna do afterwards if they lose this series. I don't know how they're gonna maneuver because Paul George, he's gonna be up for a contract. I don't know how they're gonna do this.
It might be Jover for them.
Just let me be me.